If you're a fan of all things Power Rangers and Power Rangers related and you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Anyways, thanks for watching and I hope you enjoy the video. So, Go-Go Power Rangers issue 28 is kind of weird, but in a good way. So this issue was announced way back in November last year, and I was really excited to see a Rita backstory, or that's how it was marketed as. We would be getting a Rita Repulsa backstory, and that backstory that we got for Rita Repulsa was not what I was expecting in this issue. It was quite different and quite interesting in a weird way, but I did enjoy it. I really did enjoy this issue because if you took out all the Power Rangers related stuff, like the whole interludes and the intermissions we got in this issue, which I'll get to in a bit because they were fun to read. They were really fun to read. If you took out all that stuff, all the Power Rangers related stuff, you wouldn't really think this was a Power Rangers comic to begin with, because it's just, like I said, it's a really weird shift in tone that doesn't focus on Power Rangers or even reference them. I mean, we get Zordon and Eltar getting name dropped, that's about it, but I have no idea what, this issue was weird, but in a good way, like I've said. So the issue opens up with Rita Repulsa in the dumpster. Yeah, like I said, in the dumpster. And the dumpster isn't quite what I thought it would look like inside. It looks very futuristic. It kind of looks like a prison, but a more futuristic prison cell that she's in. It looks very high-tech, and we learn that the people of Eltar wanted Rita executed for her crimes and what she's committed, but Zordon said, no, let's rehabilitate her. I know she can change. Let's put her in here for a few years and see what happens. So I guess this is where we are now, between Rita being in the dumpster and her getting out in the main timeline of the series, which is very interesting. But Zordon wanted mercy for Rita, and I like that we've slowly explored that throughout the series, that Zordon wanted to help Rita. He wanted her to change and be a good person, but we haven't really explored the backstory yet. We haven't gone into it, and I'm hoping we can go into it, but I don't think we will, with Go-Go ending at issue 32, but I guess it's one of Zordon's failures that he looks back on, that he can't live with, that he tried helping Rita, making her turn good, but she rejected him and turned bad. So it's really interesting that Zordon has tried helping Rita on several occasions. It seems like he was there at her birth, he wanted to hide her from Master Vile, and now he wanted to rehabilitate her. So it's an interesting dynamic that these two have later down the line. Like, Zordon wanted to help her, but I guess there was no helping Rita. So this issue has an interesting narrative and story that it tells, because it mostly focuses on Rita going through a simulation in the dumpster, and she lives out the life of someone else, and that is a small little girl, and you see her grow up from being I want to say maybe a 5-year-old all the way to an old lady up to death, where she has kids, she has grandkids, and between each span of her life, between her becoming a teenager, her getting married, her becoming old, you have these buffering intermissions, and the buffering intermissions are Rita's henchmen, where you have SWAT befriending a giant bird, which has never-ending story vibes to it. I really did enjoy that one. You've got Babu becoming a king of his own people. You've got Finster living in this stone harmony with his wife. And you have Goldar just conquering people with his brother Silverback, which was cool to see Silverback making an appearance in the Power Ranger comics. The more we see that character, the more I want to see more of him, because he mostly appears in one-shots. He hasn't really made a main appearance in the comics yet, which I wonder if he will eventually, who knows, but I would just like to see more Silverback, because he gets name dropped, he gets mentioned, we get seen in annuals and stuff like that, but he's never made an appearance in the main comic from what I've heard of. So I would like to see more Silverback, because I don't know if he was killed off and I forgot, but I would just like to see more of that character, because Goldar has this really cool bond with his brother that I want to see more of, this warrior pride that they both have. So in this flashback, Rita's simulation goes through this person's entire life until they're killed by Guy and a bunch of putties, where they start invading, and that's where the simulation ends. And the interesting part is, the reason why Rita's simulation ended was because of trauma and isolation. Now, I don't know what that means fully. Well, I sort of do what it means, but it's hard to speculate and try and guess what Ryan's trying to tell here, because I get the feeling he's trying to say, hey, Rita actually feels sorry for all these people she might have hurt because she's experiencing it for herself. She actually understands the sadness that these people go through that she's hurt, which is kind of weird because it makes Rita a villain you feel sympathy for, which I don't know if you can actually do for Rita. You kind of did with the Lady Faina stuff, but you just shook it off because she was still a cold bitch after all. But this shows that Rita isn't really redeemable, and even though she's understanding the pain and suffering she caused all those people with all these simulations she has to go through, you know that you're not going to feel sorry for her in the end because it's Rita. She's going to be that murderous villain we've seen in the comics for the past 30 plus issues down the line. So is this going to change anything? I don't really know, but it was a really nice one-shot that Ryan written, because this wasn't Ryan and Sinner, this was mostly Ryan doing this one-shot, so it was a really nice one-shot that Ryan did for Rita, and I really did enjoy it. I am liking these intermission issues we're getting, like every 3 to 4 issues we've been getting a intermission. We had the Balkan Skull one at 24, and now at 28 we're getting the Rita one. So the Rita one was a lot of fun to read, to be honest, and it was almost as fun as the Balkan Skull, because like I said, if you take out all the Power Ranger references, this is just a really weird comic where you're trying to guess what's it about until you get to the whole Rita stuff. But yeah, this would be a totally different series if you took out the whole Rita backstory thing. But anyway guys, there's not much else to say about this issue of Go-Go Power Rangers issue 28. Overall, it was a really fun issue. I did enjoy it quite a fair bit. I was not sure what I would be expecting when I would see a Rita backstory while she was in the dumpster for all those thousands of years. I wasn't expecting this, which is really good and really interesting because I didn't have any expectations when going into this issue. I didn't know what I was going to expect. I was expecting more of a deeper Rita flashback with this issue, thinking we would be getting like maybe some later Lady Faina stuff or some Master Vile stuff going on, maybe seeing some Rita Repulsa, but no, we didn't see any of that in this issue, which I guess is kind of a good thing because it didn't set any standards what you're expecting to see in this issue. You're kind of seeing all the people that Rita's affected, and she's living their lives until the day that Rita attacked them and invaded their planet, which is a really interesting concept, which I kind of wish we had more pages to go into, just instead of seeing one cycle, which I'm guessing if we didn't have the buffering stuff in between, Ryan would have had more pages to dive into it. But you need that buffering stuff to understand, to see what Rita's going through and what her henchmen are going through, where they're just having the time of their lives in their simulation compared to hers later down the line. Because I was still very confused when reading this for the first time. I was like, okay, when are you going to get faked out and Rita's going to finally appear? But no, they actually kept it up for most of the issue, which is really interesting, and I did enjoy that. But yeah, issue 28 of Go-Go Power Rangers was really different. I did enjoy it. What did you guys think of issue 28? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Tell me in the comment section down below. I love to hear your thoughts. I love to hear your opinions. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, and thanks for watching.